streaming live right now at 8 a.m. right here on WCNC Plus. I'm Ben Thompson.
And I'm Kaylin Hagwood. We begin now with some breaking news we've been telling you about over the last couple of minutes. Multiple emergency crews now on the scene of a crash involving a school bus in West Charlotte.
Let's get out to WCNC's Richard DeVayne. He joins us now live at the scene. Richard, for folks just joining us right now at the top of the hour on WCNC Plus, bring us up to speed.
Yeah, guys, this is an apparent someone who hit a school bus as it was driving these students to West Mecklenburg High School. Several students complaining of injuries. Just spoke with a young lady and her mother. They're going off to the hospital on their own. The young lady said that at one point she felt she was on the bus close to school when all of a sudden all of the kids, she said, surged forward. She hit her head and she's feeling lightheaded. Let me step out of the way. Let's take a look at what you can see. You still see a couple medic units here and that emergency mass casualty unit. I don't know if you can see the school bus, but it's right there. Students had told me that the bus was actually coming down Little Rock Road and turning onto Tuckaseegee just about, I'd say about a mile, less than a mile from their school, West Meck High School, when students say that a car, we were told by at least one student, an SUV slammed into the school bus. That's how they surged forward. Then that car, or SUV, apparently pulled over. The driver got out of that car, according to some students, looked at the damage to his car, then just got back in the car and drove off. Students injured, a number of them being checked out by medic. CMS is here, of course. CMPD is here taking information, trying to determine exactly what happened here. Now, we've seen a number of parents, some nervous, understandably so, picking up their children, taking their children off to either school or to the doctor's office to be checked out on their own. I spoke to at least 4 different parents and a number of students, all saying the same thing. They were on the bus one moment, the next moment, out of nowhere, a car slammed into them and caused injuries. Kids have complained of back pains, neck pains, and things of that nature. We've heard them and we've watched them as they've been checked out. This is, of course, a very busy road. We're just less than, I'd say, an eighth of a mile from Charlotte Douglas International off of Little Rock Road, the entrance to it. And in one direction on Tuckaseegee Road, there's West Meck High School, and then there's an elementary school just off of Little Rock Road. So a very busy intersection. And right now, there is this accident. These students were on their way to West Meck High School. Of course, some of them right now, at least a couple of them that I've spoken to their parents, are now on their way to the hospital. That's the parents are taking their students to the hospital for further evaluation.
I know you spoke to some of the parents out there and they talked about how their kids were feeling. I'm wondering how they're feeling about all of this. They must be very shaken up.
Any parent can tell you that, anybody can tell you that when children are involved and there's something going on, it is scary. One of the parents, at least one of the parents I spoke to, had tears, some tears in her eyes as all of the parents who came here basically were called by their students who were on the bus, telling them that it had just been involved in a crash, and that each parent told me that when they spoke to their child told them that they were in pain or they were scared. So of course, the parents were just as nervous and scared, and that's pretty much what any parent goes through. It's just something, when our kids are involved, it gets to you.
It certainly does. I want you to recount again for us, Richard, because I find it kind of bold and shocking. You say the driver of the SUV crashed into the bus, got out, visually acknowledged the damage that was done, then walked back over, got in the car, got in the SUV, and then drove off.
Yeah, at least 2 students have told me this, and from one of the students who talked about it, they have a pretty good description of the guy and the car that he was driving. I'm sure the students saw that, other students saw that, so that's what CMP will be doing. But apparently the guy looked at his damage and just drove off. We're here in the Walgreens. If you're not familiar with this area, there's a Walgreens shopping center. There's a Walgreens right here. There's a Food Lion shopping center across the street. So there's a number of places where there are surveillance cameras. There are There are a lot of businesses here, so you have surveillance video that probably CMPD will be looking at, as well as speaking to the students on the bus, of course, the bus driver, and anyone else who may have seen what happened. So whoever that driver is, as you see another school bus heading off to school, that they'll have pretty good information.
Richard, another ambulance just pulled up alongside you just within the last 20 minutes or so. At first it was just the mass casualty bus. Now there are 2 additional ambulances there. Have you seen more students getting into those ambulances, perhaps being transported beyond the students who have just said they're experiencing some back pain?
As a matter of fact, this is what I was telling you in the last, when we first came to you. There are a couple of medic units here. I saw students get on the medic units, inside the medic units, being checked out. And then as I'm walking around, me and Ruben are shooting another video, we noticed that those medic units had left. So I did not know if they left with students aboard or not, but I can tell you I did see students getting on board medic units, and I saw the medic units pulling off, but I did not know if they took the students with them. I'm watching other parents as they're walking away now. So there have been at least 2 other medic units here. They just weren't here when we came live before, but they were here earlier. There were other units here. So
well, Richard, you did a great job.
May have taken students with them.
You did a great job of laying out exactly where you are in the Walgreens and the Food Lion, and folks familiar with that area know what you're talking about, and that the fact that they might have cameras. But we also know some CMS school buses have cameras equipped with them. I know it's very specific, but do you know at this point if this bus had one of those cameras?
Yeah, I do not know that. At this time, the CMS folks are doing their own investigation, so they're not at liberty to talk to us about that. It is bus number, I believe, 193 or 1193. I can take a look at that. We have video of that. Oh, and we can't see that, so we'll find out when they get a chance to talk to us, because right now their main concern are their students, as anyone can well imagine, and we'll try to get some information from them a little bit later. I don't think it'll be coming anytime soon, but we'll find out if there's cameras there. But a lot of the students saw what happened. I'm sure that there are these shopping centers have something as well, so we'll have some information on exactly what happened here.
Yeah, our Richard DeVayne there live on Tuckaseegee and Little Rock reporting for us those students being carried to West Meck High School, according to some folks there at the scene. Let's turn to a live look at traffic there, causing some backups, right, Chris?
Yeah, a lot of traffic that's really just west on Tuckaseegee or west of Little Rock Road. You've seen all this yellow where the school bus incident, where we were just looking at, is physically right here. And it looks like one car is getting by at a time, so that's why there's such a backup here. It's about a mile of just this medium to slow traffic that's represented here. But I also want to bring up another incident. So this is reported as a pedestrian crash. Sometimes we just have an icon on the map, and that was the one here at Beatty's Ford Road at Russell Avenue that I mentioned recently. Well, that's actually right in front of the Northwest School of the Arts. So active investigation here to see what's going on. We're going to try to send another crew to this one as well. So those are the 2 big incidents that we're seeing so far this morning. Larry?